Please have a seat and be quiet. We have to start. Pekka, what are you doing in the back? Please be quiet and have a seat. So back to the GA. I will open point number 34, applications. And because I still have a punishment that I have to suffer from, I will teach you another Finnish dance. And this time, it's not what you expect, Elias. It's actually something else. In Finland, we have a really popular sport that's called ice fishing. And I want to show you how we dance ice fishing dance. Could you put on some music? Just some disco music.
Club rocker, flow rider, Ina.
She's moving like oh 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 oh. He's moving like oh 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 oh. She's moving like oh 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 oh. She's moving like.
Like that move when you do it like that. Like that move when you do it like that.
Thank you. And now to our serious topic, which is the applications. And we have a technical problem with the applications. We have an applicant, namely Nina, from local group Kran. And she's not associated with a member of Esteem, which means a member local group, because Kran is now applying for membership. And this is just a technical minor problem, because Kran is applying. So in case Kran gets accepted, we can forget about it. But in the case that they don't, then we have a problem. But yeah. What I propose is we just forget about this. We go on with the applications as normal. And after we have seen the result of the application from local group Kran, we either forget about this or we have to overrule the internal regulations. In this case, internal regulations say that a project leader has to be associated with a member of Esteem. Yeah, that's it. Do you have questions? As an example, in council meeting Karlsruhe, it was year 2011 in the spring. We had the same situation and we acted exactly the same. It was local group Milan who was applying for membership and Marin Jovanovic from the local group was applying for project leadership, and it worked fine. So that's why I would say we just do this and get on with it. Yeah, do you have questions? Anybody opposing what I just proposed, or is it fine for everybody? I take the silence as a yes, so we just continue. Thank you. So moving on, we start with financial controllers. And there we have 2 applications so far. And we start with Francisco. So before we start, I would like to remind the clock person. Please start the clock when he says his first word. And you will have exactly the 5 minutes, and I will stop you if the time is up. Okay.
So, hey guys, I'm applying for financial controller, so let's start with the basics. My full name is Francisco Manuel Galán González. We have long names in Spain, so obviously my cool name is Kiko. Everyone calls me that. You can call me that if you want to. I'm from LG Madrid. It's one of the fastest growing local groups in Steam. And I'm studying my fourth and hopefully my last year of industrial engineering and management. I'm 22 years old also. So now more facts about me, more important ones, I guess. I'm not Dutch. I'm sorry to break the news. Usually financial controllers, if you don't know, come from the Netherlands. I'm sorry, I cannot be perfect. And you may be wondering, well, if you're not Dutch, why are you even applying to be a financial controller? Even worse, from Spain, and you don't know how to manage your own money? Are you expecting us to believe that you will be able to manage our whole budget? Well, I will not manage your budget. That's the responsibility of the VP of Finance. But even if I did, I know what not to do, so I would get on with the experience. So if you already read my application in the portal, you may know already that my grandmother loves me a lot. And I don't take myself too seriously. As an example, Andres doesn't take me too seriously either. So my Steam background. I joined the Steam 1.5 years ago, and I've been really active for 1 year. I've helped organize 5 events in Madrid already, and I'm currently the corporate relations responsible in LG Madrid. I've traveled to around 10 events, including those stated there, and I'm active at the central levels in Times and SETI. I will also deliver 1 working group and 1 training in this council meeting, which I invite you to join if you haven't decided already or you want to change your mind in the last moment, but you shouldn't do that. Why me, you may be wondering? Well, I have almost completed my 4-year studies, mainly focusing on management and finance. I have a deep understanding about STEAM as I'm involved at a local and a central level, and I know how things work around here, where do we spend the money, and how everything works, more or less, of course. I attended the first finance forum in Eindhoven this year, where I got in touch with the position of a financial controller, and I really understood what he does, what he or she does. And I also attend the local Total Lean Days portal that you may think that doesn't have to do anything with the position, but I also learned there that we can get rid of many kinds of waste, and I believe this experience will help me take STEAM further. And also, most importantly, one of the most important things, I will do my thesis this final year of studies about international NGO management. I've already approached some professors from my university, and they're really enthusiastic about the idea, about applying my thesis to STEAM to, well, I will talk about that later. And most importantly, I'm really motivated to take on this challenge and do a good job, I hope. My main goals for this position, for this 1.5 years, will be to improve communication, to have regular contact with the VP of Finance and to assist him in everything he needs, although not making decisions, but everything. And create a forum post where we'll keep the whole network updated on important financial decisions that are taken. I also, will support the VP of Finance and in all his duties, and then help develop a really interesting concept. I find the Finance Forum is really important for all our members, and as I attended the first one, I think I really can give active input from my position. And last but not least, as part of my thesis I told you about, I will want to develop a strategic improvement plan, comparing STEAM with other NGOs to learn about them, from them, studying new efficiency. Well, you can see it there because I'm running out of time. And, well, last thing, I want to thank everyone who helped me. This is Thomas Friedekind. You may not know him. He was a former financial controller. Of course, Stefan, who helped me with the presentation and my goals for this presentation, and my local group, which always support me. Thank you.
And next I call Bogdan to the stage.
It's on. So, hello everybody. First of all, I like to say that it's really an amazing feeling to be here and to talk to you guys. I mean, it's frightening and awesome, but I hope that the awesome will prevail until the end of the presentation. So, some of you know me, but there are also many new faces in the CM, as always. So, you're probably generally asking yourself, who's this guy? So, I would like to present myself to you. So my name is Bogdan. I come from LG Belgrade, and there's a lot of things there's quite a few things that I'm interested in besides this team and my faculty. But what I would like to point out is sports, because through sports one can learn a lot about how life works in some. I would like to explain this to you, because in sports, no matter how good are you, there's always somebody who is better than you. And on the other hand, there is not a final defeat. So always you can work harder and to improve and to be better the next time. So it kind of teaches you to be both humble and persistent, which I think it is really important. So, and yeah, you could see me the other day on the dodgeball. It was like a Disneyland for me. So. And when it comes to my STEAM experience, I've been an STEAmer for more than 2 years. And this is my 3rd consecutive council meeting. And my first event was actually here in Budapest. It was Academic Days coordination meeting, like around 1.5 years ago. And I participated in organization of 7 events in our local group. The last one was IFISO Autumn Meeting in Belgrade. And I was actually the coordinator of this meeting. You heard a little about it, but it was like a really awesome experience for me. There was 18 boardies from 18 European international student organizations, so it actually motivated me even greater. So when it comes to interest in finance, I would like to point out the importance of these statements in general, because some people find it pretty boring, but actually I don't, because all those numbers represent events. So they show what have we done and the core essence of our activity, and whether we are doing it bad or where can we actually improve. So I think it's like a picture of general activity of our whole organization. And I've been a member of our local finance team in our local group since 2013. And I've been active in FLC since February 2014, because that was the first COM after I became engaged in finance. And I've held the working group in CM Istanbul, Introduction to Central Esteemed Money. I've done it with Bart, and I had a couple things to learn from him. And I think that both he and Mark did a good job in this position previously, and still are actually. In this CM, I will be holding a training on budgeting, so it's in slot 1, so hopefully I will see some of you guys there. And also what is important for this position, my father actually started a company not so long ago, and I helped a lot with the administration. So I am very familiar with how does it all work, the logics and the mechanisms behind how a legal entity should work and to keep track of its activities. And when it comes to my goals as a potential financial controller, first I would like to establish intensive communication between the finance responsible guys, both FCs, VP of Finance, and of course FLC leaders, so we can ensure that IR are being accordingly conducted. And therefore, I first mean the timely send the budget timely for the Spring Council meeting, so the members have enough time to consider it. And that's also connected with my second goal, making esteemed finance closer to the members, and so they you have you have right to know about the budget and everything. How does it work? Is it all neat? Is it all according to the law? And I would like to work on that also. And also to make sure that transition between years is smooth and that there's not a lot of, because there's a lot of people going through, and so there's not a confusion in a couple of years. How did we keep our books, and is it, so there are no some ambiguous details. At least we should abide the mighty Dutch law, and I can guarantee that both the team and I will obey this law. And this is something about my motivation. In general, I would like to be there for his team in the following couple of years to give back, as I had experienced many things. I'm sorry. That's it for now.
Thank you. Now I would like to ask if anybody else would like to apply as financial controller. Anybody? Elias in the back? Okay, that means we now have time for questions to the applicants.
Who's party?
Cut. Okay, thank you. So, arms up, questions? Hang on, let's start from the back, not from the Dutchies, but from Lassi. Lassi first, from all the way back. Then we come forward.
Thank you. Hello, Lassi from Lappeenranta, Madrid. First of all, congratulations on the decision to apply. My question is that we are facing the fact that both of the applicants are not Dutch. What challenges are you expecting, and how are you planning to overcome them?
Well, the obvious answer, I guess, to keep big information flow with the FLC and the BPF Finance. So the FLC should know everything about the regulations in Holland, and I will also read everything there's out there to read about the law in English. Hopefully, there's something.
Thank you for the question. When it comes to basic things, I mean, all legal entities have similar foundation when it comes to keeping track and bookkeeping. But when it comes to things that I might not be that familiar with, I know who could I ask. I mean, I hope that I could also count on some kind of handover document when it comes to some technicalities about Dutch law.
Thank you. Then we had two more arms up. So let's take the one from here. Yep.
Tom, LG Eindhoven. A question to Kiko. You said you were in your last year of studies, so I guess you're like finished somewhere in September. How will you be? What will your availability be like after that? Because like the work continues till the spring council meeting.
Yeah, well, I didn't mention I'm in my last year of my degree studies. I still have to do the master's, which is 2 more years. And I don't know if I will do it in Madrid or someplace else, but still, I will be available for at least 2 more years for sure.
Thank you. And then the bigger brother.
Koen, LG Eindhoven. I had a question to Kiko. I think I didn't hear you mention any bookkeeping experience. Do you have any experience in bookkeeping?
Yeah, I've had practical experience with a small NGO that helped kids from my neighborhood, but the budget didn't compare. But I mean, the basic bookkeeping was probably, I guess, more or less the same as it's a standard bookkeeping. What I did there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, we have here on the left.
Hey, are you planning to go to FLC?
Hang on.
Comes,
Name and local group first.
Group Riga, Niklaus.
Thank you.
Yeah, so are you planning to go to FLC Coms?
Thank you for the question, and yes, I do.
Thank you for the question also. Probably yes, but depending on the dates, because I also have some obligations with my local group for next February, for example. But if the dates are good, for sure.
Thank you. I would like to just say to the delegates, especially the ones first time at the council meeting, don't be afraid to ask questions. Probably a lot of people sharing the same thoughts, same uncertainties. Just be open-minded and ask these guys questions. Use the time that you have now. But I'm not forcing you, so if there are no other questions, then we can end this part. Okay, one more question from Tom.
Yeah, Tom, LG Eindhoven. I already asked Kiko about his availability. How is your availability?
Can you please clarify what kind of availability, like in general, during the year?
Yeah, just are you like time constraints, location constraints, something?
No, not some specific constraints. And I think, I mean, up to now I had everything that I did, I managed to do it like timely and accordingly. I didn't get to the part of my presentation about my personal skills and character, but I don't leave any obligations. So yes, I am available for this position. If I wouldn't, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot for the questions and the answers, and thanks for the presentations. And next up we have Brain Trainer and Nina.
It's on.
So hey, here I'm again, applying for the Brain Trainer. So who am I? I'm Nina Juk. I'm from LG Kran, and I'm the current local responsible. I'm also one of the founders of our local group and the first from our local group. I've been the president in our local group now for 1.5 years. Actually, I became the LR 2 weeks ago. So my experiences. As you heard before, I was one of the organizers of College 2013. I was the project leader of Brain Trainer this year. I was Budapest Exchange project leader's assistant. Our lovely project leader is there. I'm also active in many local activities back home, and I'm also organizing a lot of events. And besides all things, I'm also a local trainer. That kind of really helped me with Brain Trainer because we have lots of training there, and I have all the insights about what's a good training and what kind of trainers to look for. My goals. Well, my goal is to have at least 2 comms per year in different locations, in different regions. And of course, at least 3 events per year in 3 different regions, so that the Brain Trainer would be more accessible from many different steamers from all the regions. I think that we can gain a lot from other organizations and associations. That's why my goal is also to have some joint event, maybe with BEST, with AG, or ESTEC, or IPM, VVV. We'll see what will happen. As we know, we can learn a lot from the alumni club, and that's why I think we should work more together, and I'll try to include them in the next Brain Trainer events and get a lot from them. And of course, Brain Trainer needs to get some really stronger company relations. That's why I would like to find a company which would support us and stand behind us. Besides this, as you all know, next year Brain Trainer is going to be really big. It's going to celebrate its 5th birthday. And I really want to make something special for it. So that's also one of my goals. I also would like to make Brain Trainer more recognized, that you would all know what Brain Trainer is about. Because that not all of you know what it is. Like, who knows what's Brain Trainer about? Please raise your hand. Oh. I'm surprised because yesterday, when for working groups, many people just came like, what is Brain Trainer? What is it about? And I would like that everyone knows everything. Of course, the regular chats are important. That's why regular chats, as they already are, but I will continue with that. And bringing Brain Trainer to the next level. So why me? Well, I'm prepared to devote my next year to development of Brain Trainer. I've been to 2 Brain Trainer comms and to 1 Brain Trainer event which I organized. And I've been working with Kata for the BDPs, for the company brochure and everything for the last half year. I'm really experienced in leading and organizing different events and projects, and I think I'll bring even more love to Brain Trainer as it is right now. So at this point, I would really love to thank all my supporters, my local group, and especially a big, big thank to Kata. Kata, where are you? Please stand up. Yeah, really, really big thanks to Kata because she gave me like the last necessary push that I'm now here. So thank you, that's all from me.
Thank you, Nina. And now I would like to ask if anybody else would like to apply as the project leader of Brain Trainer. So no other applicants? Okay, then we can continue with questions to Nina. Okay, I'm waiting for all the arms, and I would like to start from the front here. Keep your arm up, please, so that I can see who has a question. Okay.
Hello, Yannick from LG Brussels. I'm wondering, how do you see the cooperation with the alumni?
Thank you for your questions. Like the biggest possibility for the cooperation with the alumni I see so that they would come and provide some trainings. So mostly as trainers, that's like the biggest. And they have specially connections in some companies, so maybe they can try to help us, trainers from different companies.
And then here from the front, I think we had 2 here, yeah.
Hi, my name is Max from LG Dresden. You said you want to take the Brain Trainer to the next level, but your goals were good, but have you got any concrete goals? Like they were very vague. Anything concrete?
Thank you for your question. Yeah, actually that's like all the things together that I wanted to have, like the company relations, more recognizable, and just make more events, bigger events, and so that more participants will come. That will be like more like everyone will want to come to it.
Thank you. And then we will take Hardy's question. And then I would like to see the hands again who wanted to ask from the back. Okay, yeah, Hardy, and then we take the ones from the
Hardy
Dutch
from
side.
Lapperanta. What do you think was the biggest challenge for Brain Trainer in the previous year, and how you are going to accomplish that?
Thank you for your question. I think the biggest challenge about Brain Trainer is that the participants are expecting that it's going to be more this party enthusiastic, more like about those fun things, because it's really trainings and hard work. There's only one day when you have totally relaxed, and I think that's mostly that people don't really want to apply for it. How I'm going to make it different? Well, qualitative trainings, and just to show them with different methods, like videos from different brain trainers before, what happened there, and that it was really fun, that it wasn't like boring as it sounds on the paper, maybe for someone.
Florian from LG Berlin. As Brain Trainer is a training-based event, how do you plan to cooperate with the training committee?
Well, we already cooperated now, at least Kata did, and I still want to have the cooperation and help the local groups who are organizing Brain Trainer to get the trainers from the training committee. So they will be the first one, which one will ask if they are willing to have some trainings on the specific topic that the local group will have.
Thank you. So we take these 2 questions from that, 2 ones from the back, and then we come back to the front. Here we have 1 question. Okay, so these 5 we can take.
Okay, Tijmen, local group Eindhoven. What are exactly your plans for your 50th anniversary gift, or something else?
Excuse me, can you please repeat?
What are your plans for the anniversary of Brain Trainer?
Well, there are no specific plans yet because on the 4th slot of this CM we're having a working group in which we're going to deliberate to discuss how we want to celebrate it so that the participants at the working group will decide what's going to happen. So you can all come and you can all decide what do you want to have it.
Same.
Okay, then we take Lasse's question from the back, then Louise, and then yeah, you, and then we come to the front. So I'm not forgetting you. Okay, then Louise first, and then Lasse.
Okay, Louise, local group Stockholm. So my question is, how do you think Brain Trainer is different from other training events? And could, for example, Brain Trainer be an event organized from the training committee?
Well, the Brain Trainer is a bit different because it's going like more deeply only into the, not only, but specific, it's more into those soft skills. And I think also like the whole concept is a bit differently because you have like 2 working days, 1 day relax and 2 working days again.
Okay, and then we have Lasse's question.
Hey, Lassi, Lappeenranta, Madrid. You mentioned cooperations with other NGOs such as BEST, IG. Could you please elaborate what exactly you had in your mind?
As we all know, that BEST is having like really good trainers. They're also really good at this. So I would think it would be really useful for us to get some more insights and that they could come to our Brain Trainer events and also deliver some trainings there, also from other organizations.
Put the mic on.
Hello, Felix from Vienna. My question is, you said about the number you want to increase. What's your goal you want to reach?
Which number?
Of the participants of the trainings.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, because till now we had around 10 to 15 participants, and like my goal is to go around 20.
Thank you. And then we have one question here. Does anybody else have a question? Now is the time to raise your hand because otherwise we will... Okay, so we take this question and then Olaf's question is the last one.
Hello, I'm Fethi from LG Istanbul Yıldız, and you said you wanted to know everyone know about Brain Trainer. So do you have specific plan how to do about it?
It's all about the promotion and promoting it really hard. So it's like I'm going to go to use those channels, the usable ones, Facebook, Twitter, and different accounts, and also those events as we now just promote it better.
My question actually was, do you have any specific strategy, like PR strategies?
No, sorry, I don't have it yet.
Thank you. So the last question from the back. Do you have a question, Olaf? And then we are done with Brain Trainer.
Hi, Olaf from Eindhoven. You mentioned a couple of times that you want to collaborate with companies. It's also, do you already have a plan for that? Because most of the times people say it, but they don't actually do it. Do you already have some plans for that?
Thank you for your question. I don't have any concrete plans yet, but I have some companies back home in Slovenia that I'm going to approach and try to convince them to cooperate with us.
Thank you. Thanks for the questions. So next up we have Business Booster, and there we have Stephanie.
So hello everyone, I'm Stephanie and I'm here to apply for Business Booster. So what I will do is first introduce myself, then share my motivation with you, explain the goals that I have for next year, and share why I believe I should become the next Business Booster leader. So who's this girl standing in front of you? I'm Stephanie Riva Rodriguez from LG Eindhoven, and yeah, I also have a very long, complicated name. It's because parents, they're from Chile, and actually even first learned Spanish and then Dutch. My hobby is volleyball, and I was very active at my volleyball student association, where I organized a lot of things, also made mistakes, but I really learned from them. And after I learned a lot of things, I was looking for the next challenge. And it was then actually when I found STEAM. It all started with the exchange that local group Eindhoven organized, together with local group Minsk. And this exchange really motivated me to become more involved in STEAM, learn more about it. And quickly I attended a lot of events, became active on local level by organizing academic days. And at a certain moment I even became the president. And the first time I actually heard about Business Booster was at a council meeting in Istanbul. The project, it made me really curious, and I started joining chats, joined the get-together and the coordination. We organized the coordination meeting in Eindhoven. And now I'm here applying for the Business Booster leadership position. So why Business Booster? It's because of the interest that I have in entrepreneurship. I think someday, well, I hope someday, I will also start my own company. And because of the team. I noticed there are a lot of creative persons in the team, innovative persons, and I also always like to do new things and just go for it. Besides that, there are a lot of alumni are involved in this project, and they had quite some inspirational talks which motivated me even more. And my other main driver is that I want to share this entrepreneurial mindset. So I have 3 goals for the upcoming next year. I will explain them one by one for you. The first goal that I have is to improve the alignment of Business Booster events. As you can see, Business Booster has these 3 events, and this is the structure of Business Booster right now. What I would like to do is create a logical entrepreneurial path for students that they can follow. It would look like that. This could be you at the beginning of the stairs. You have some interest in entrepreneurship and want to learn more about it. Then you can join an introduction event, and after that join maybe more in training events, and then you get an idea. And we can help you with the mentoring. And maybe in a far future we can also have qualifications for this, so that really the best idea of a region or a country goes to the competition. In order to achieve, we also have to improve the collaboration between the team members within the project. My second goal is the stimulation of entrepreneurial mindsets. I actually want to lower the barrier so that you all can join Business Booster events. For this, it's important that we have a clear communication of the goal of Business Booster and to have the introduction event. And I know for some events the participation fee might have been a problem as well to join. So I really want to try to lower this. The other part of this I have is to persuade STEAMers to take initiative. How I want to achieve this is by letting STEAMers attend the training events and explain to them how they can start something. My third goal is to improve the contact with stakeholders that we have. This is Business Booster, and these are all the stakeholders that Business Booster right now has or can have in the future. So how do I want to improve it with the STEAMers and alumni? I want to get better insights in the needs that they have. I would like to do this by sending out or by collecting the feedback forms and creating some kind of database of the alumni that are interested to be involved in this project and what they have done and how they can be involved. The next point is that I want to establish contacts with entrepreneurial networks and venture capitalists. At the end of this year, I also want to be able to tell you that I've established 2 contacts with entrepreneurial networks and at least 1 venture capitalist. Why is this so important? We have the competition, but to really become big, we need entrepreneurial networks and venture capitalists. The other part is the collaboration that we have with university companies. At the moment we have, there are a couple of universities involved in the project who also organize an event. And at the moment we have 1 long-term contract with a university and 1 long-term contract with a company, which Felix introduced to you during the report. And at the end of this year, I would like to be able to tell you that we have 2 more contracts with universities and companies. So why should it be me? I'm really an achiever, and I don't stop until I've achieved something. Besides that, I think a leader is nowhere without its team. That's the most important part. So I will really try to also increase the team spirit within the team, which is already there, but to make sure that it's stable. And I have a lot of experience, not only within a team and with the local level, but I know how it works in other organizations. And I always try to use the best things that every organization has and implement that. And the long-term version. Well, I think the most important is that I'm super motivated to do it for a whole year. So I'm applying for a whole year, not just 6 months, but a whole year, guys. So let's take Business Booster further together. And some of you got, I think almost everybody got this. So I want to try out something really cool and see how all the airplanes can fly within the GA room. Yeah, like that. So guys, thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you.
Of course, questions.
Thank you, Stephanie. Before we go to questions, I would like to ask if anybody else would like to apply for Business Booster leadership. Shh. Felix? Do we have any other applicants? Okay, in case not, then we can go to your questions. And again, we have enough time probably. So just raise your arms. And again, I would like to start from the front. Let's start from this side. And then we take your question. So first, yep.
Didar, LG Izmir DU. Members have always been a big problem in Business Booster, as you know. What are you planning to do about it to increase the members' number in Business Booster?
Well, first of all, we have a working group where we exactly explain what Business Booster is about. So we're really trying to do this. And actually this, I hope you liked it and that you're willing to join Business Booster as well. If you just have an interest in entrepreneurship, come to the event. And the other thing is, if I go back quickly. Oh yes, here. At the moment we have, for example, Business Booster who's working in collaboration with Vision. And I count that as an introduction event. It's an event where you just get an insight into Business Booster. It's really easy. And I hope that that will really gain your interest as well, that we can gain your interest in this way.
Thank you. Just a technical note, I would like, when you get the microphone, keep it off until you have to speak, because there are some, I don't know where it comes from. Yeah, some echo, but yeah. I don't know if it was on now, but I just want to say. So, your question.
Hi, Gaudi from LG Groningen. About your experience within other organizations, can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yes, before I joined Steam or Interaxi, I actually organized for 2 years the biggest volleyball outdoor tournament of Europe. So every year there are 4,000 participants, and I was in charge of the match, so I was the match secretary, and I organized, I had to take care of at least 100 fields.
Thank you. Then we had a question there from Teemu, yeah. And then the one behind him next. You don't have to keep your arm up all the time, just as long as you know that I have seen that you have a question.
Teemu from Oulu. You mentioned the introduction event and also partially already answered the question about what is the exact concept of the introduction event? Is it just joint events or training events, or what kind of events?
Well, it will be a training event, and I can tell you the first idea that I have. During one of this inspirational talk of alumni, someone told that the thing that he really didn't know or learned when he won a certain prize was about legal issues. There are so many things involved in this when you start up a company that people, yeah, just don't think about it or think about it maybe too late. So this would be, for example, a topic. So if you just want to know a bit about entrepreneurship or maybe some legal things, I hope you will join this event.
Thank you. Yes, then there are two questions. First, the girl who was closer to you, I guess that's simpler, and then the guy in the white shirt, yes, you. And then we go to Luis, and then Teemu in the back on the other side.
Anya, local group Belgrade. I have also a question about training events. Who will you include to deliver trainings and how you will motivate trainers to come to deliver trainings? And also about topics. Which topics, what do you think in your opinion as a future potential leader? What topics are important for one entrepreneur?
Yes, thank you. As I just mentioned, the legal topic is one that I have in mind. Another one, it has to do with social responsibility as well. And if I take as example a company, it's Unilever. They really have a lot of products. It's really interesting. And join us Team 360 if you want to go there and visit Unilever. But about the trainers, I actually want to have a lot of companies involved in this project because even though we have some knowledge about legal things, I think when you're starting up your own company, there are different legal issues than the things that we have here in Esteem. So I would really try to find, it's not a company, but an organization who has the knowledge about this. So that it comes from, people who've been there and work every day with it, with these legal things.
Thank you. Now your question.
Andrzej, LG Warsaw. I have a question from Natalia Matykowska. Business Booster always had problems with following the corporate rules of S-Team. How do you want to manage this?
I'm afraid you cannot elaborate on the corporate rules. I don't think she can write that fast. So the corporate things, I would just try to really communicate close with the board and maybe also ask the help of alumni to help us out. I know they're willing to help us out and talk with them.
Thank you. Now if for Luis and Teemu it's okay, I will take Marcia's question and then you get your turn and then we have one more question on the back, so all of you will get to ask your question.
So, Marcia, local group Porto, you mentioned the example of the Vision and Business Booster joint events as an introduction event, but then when someone asked here, you also said that you have ideas for your own topics of introduction events. So how do you see the future cooperation between Vision and Business Booster?
I think it can stay. Well, I'm pretty sure it will stay. So yeah, I think it depends also. Vision every year has a new topic, and I think it depends slightly on if the topic, if we can also connect it with entrepreneurship. Normally we can do it, so I actually don't see problems in this in the future. There's always a part of entrepreneurship in part of the field of IAM.
Thank you. Now Luis.
Okay, Luis, local group Stockholm. So in the beginning, when I was active in Esteem, a lot of people have difficulties understanding what Business Booster was all about. I think it's getting better now, but can you maybe just like 10 seconds give like a short introduction that you would give to a newbie if you would try to recruit them?
Yes, so Business Booster is about entrepreneurship, but it's that we try to stimulate people to undertake actions, and what we are trying to do is to provide them with the knowledge to be able at a certain moment start up their own company. But you can also see it, well, I see it a bit like entrepreneurship is all about taking initiatives and trying to do something good for the world as well. So actually, as I see it, everybody in this room is some kind of entrepreneur because we're active on local level and central level, some of us as well. So you're taking action. You're doing something for your local group and you're doing something for central level. And that's actually what entrepreneurship is about. Just do it, go for it and try it out.
Okay, so now Teemu's question, then the girl on the back, and then we have one new question here, and that is the last one. So 3 more.
Okay, Teemu Lappeenranta Karlsruhe. Thanks for your application presentation. Previously in Business Booster, we had the junior consultancy. Do you have any more plans for this in the future?
Thank you, Teemu. About junior consultancy, I really like this idea, but the thing that I see right now is that in Business Booster, we have a lot of projects going on. And we have to be careful with it because we have to really manage them well. So what I would like to focus this year is to manage them well, to create a stable project so that this project will last for the next 10 years and become really big.
Hi, Lee, Belgrade. Very nice presentation. Thank you for the presentation. I want to ask you something about the team members. As you know, already every project has a project leader that the previous project leader of Business Booster decided who is going to be, and they all have the team that is working for them. Are you going to change something of that, and what are you going to do with the new team members?
Well, actually, at the coordination meeting, we already changed the team structure, so I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to follow what we already did. And there has been an email thread about this with the team that we have right now. And the new members, they will just get a spot in the structure that we have as it is after the coordination meeting.
Thank you.
Could you please repeat the question for the secretaries?
I just asked about the team structure and is it going to change?
Okay, thank you. And then I guess we had one question here, yes. So that's the last question.
It's Didar LG Izmir Dio, and there's SAT and the competition, and they're like really relevant, but also they're different. So how are you planning to implement them? Do you have any specific plans to implement them, or what are you planning to do?
Well, the summer entrepreneurship, I think it was quite successful, the first edition. And for the competition, with Laura and the team, we're working really hard to make it stable. And my idea for the competition, as I said, to get it to the next level, find an investor for it. And to get some contacts with entrepreneurial networks, so that if there really is a good idea, what you're always lacking is money. And then the investor has the money. And if he likes the idea, I hope invest in the idea.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the big amount of questions, and thanks for your answers, Stephanie. And yeah. That's it for Business Booster. Next up we have Europe 3D, and we start with Busra. And Elias, could you come to the front to sit next to Tibor?
About 1 year ago, right after my Steam store started, I was really excited to be a part of this amazing organization. And I was liking all the pages and trying to join all the groups on the Facebook related to Steam. And one day I was sitting in front of my computer and checking my Facebook account, and I saw a group related to Steam, and I just clicked on the join button. And 1 hour later, I received a message from a girl, and she told me that it's just for team members, and if I want to join the team or not. And to be honest, I seriously didn't know anything about working on central level. But thanks to that girl, thanks to Manna for encouraging me to join the team, today I'm standing in front of you to introduce myself to be project leader of Europe 3D for upcoming year. And let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm Büşra from Istanbul ITU, and this is my second year as an industrial engineering student in ITU. And to get to know me more, I love traveling and meeting new cultures, and I love cooking and doing support, and also it's for sure that I'm addicted to pandas. And my STEAM story has started with my involvement in my local group, and then shortly after that I was elected as local qualification responsible for Times, and then it drove me to take part in organizing team of Vision, Times semifinal, and Times coordination meeting. And then I got active in Siri as a social media responsible, and in CRC as a member. And I 5 events, including PRCR School, CM Istanbul Boğaziçi, Europe 3D coordination meeting, and Europe 3D events. And I told you about my STEAM. I want to talk about my Europe 3D background. After my involvement, I was assigned as human resources responsible, so it provided me an amazing opportunity to be in contact with every single person in the team and to see how each task group really works in detail. And as an HR responsible, I was working on new mentoring system for our new members and also CRM application to achieve higher participant involvement during our events. And beside of my HR responsibilities, I got involved in PR and CR teamwork. So I established one cooperation with Istanbul Business School, and they support our events from the academic side so that they send former Hilton Hotel managers to deliver training on leadership. And I got contact with Koç University, and after they showed their interest in our cooperation, we created the cooperation offer for €7,000 value of sponsorship. And I participated in Europe 3D Plus Belgium and Europe 3D Poland as a mate, and mate is team members sent to the events to support the organizers and also represent the central team. And I talked about my past in Europe 3D. Now I want to talk about what I plan for the future of Europe 3D as a project leader. What I want to have is the highest quality Europe 3D events. And how do we do that? Basically, we would be still doing the things from the past that have worked. And in addition to them, I want to cooperate more within S-Team, for example, working with Seri to implement C-Team to our events, and also cooperating with training committee to have higher quality trainings, and also in our events and in our coordination meetings. And I want to, for external relations, I want to work with institutions, universities, and also student organizations more, such as Virginia State University, BEST, and Istanbul Business School. And regarding to my financial goals, I want to cooperate with European Youth Parliament to enhance our visibility through the European Union so that we can be more supported by the grants. And also, I want to finalize the cooperation process with Koç University to have a long-term partner. And as you might know, Europe 3D is famous for its family feeling in its team, so we do have monthly family chats, and what I want to add to this concept is a dinner or coffee together in front of our Skype chats, and just to talk about the things outside of Europe 3D to strengthen the family feeling in our team. And to support the local organizing team, I will be always present during the events, and also I will be always available for any questions or any requests of chats. In addition to them, I want to have more cooperation with our local and central team. It's really important. And this summer I participated work and travel program, and while in the United States I was working for Europe 3D, so I got contact with American universities, and they were so enthusiastic about this cooperation, but the only thing that made them hesitate from this cooperation was the length of the event. So then I came up with Europe 3D premium concept. We will have don't say number, we will have normal our events, and in addition to them we will have one longer version of Europe 3D to host the most diversity. And I want to focus on academic side of the events, because since Europe 3D consists of 3 dimensions, we have great scale of events that we can implement to our events. And now, why me? What distinguishes me to be project leader of Europe 3D? I am fully and highly devoted to projects, and since it's my first year in my department, I am really flexible with time, and I have a great network in and outside of STEAM. Thanks to STEAM and the other organizations that I'm working in, I'm really experienced in multicultural teamwork, in our family. And when it comes to Rob 3D, I have endless energy and big supplies of smiles. And I believe that we have a great opportunity, a great power to spread Rob 3D and esteem spirit to all around the world. And I believe in myself that I can take this initiative and I can take this project a step further. Thank you so much for listening. I'm looking forward to your questions.
Thank you, Bushra. Next up, we have Javier. So 7 minutes, and I will stop you afterwards.
Okay, hello everybody. I hope you're not tired with the presentations. Well, mine is going to be the last one for today, so after this you will be free. So, well, first of all, I have to say I'm really, really happy to be here in front of you, applying for the position of Euro 3 project leader. And, well, let me introduce myself. So, who am I? I'm Javier Castro Compani. As Kiko said, like, we have long names, and as weird as it sounds, that's my real surname. You know, like many people, when they add me on Facebook, they say, like, this guy's kind of pretentious, isn't he? Well, that's actually my real surname. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more about me. I'm from local group Madrid. I'm 20 years old. I will be 21 in December. I'm in my 4th year of studies, currently studying industrial engineering and management in energy. That's my specialization. And some fun facts about me. I really love airports and basketball and weird soft drinks. And as you can see, that's my place. Okay, let me tell you about my STEAM background. I joined 2 years ago, but I really became active after seeing Eindhoven, which was really a boost in my motivation. Like some people thought that I was on drugs when I came back from this event. So after that, I traveled to 7 events officially, not counting motivation weekends or exchanges. And in the local level, I've been 2 years, this is my 2nd year in the local board. Currently, I'm the local responsible in Madrid, and I've been organizing that amount of events, including Euro 3D Madrid, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more now. So let me tell you about Euro 3D background. As I told you, like I came back from Eindhoven really, really motivated. So my local group was planning to apply for a Europe 3D event, so I became the project leader. I applied for it, so I got it. And I started to talk in Skype with these guys, these amazing guys of the family. And the call came right before the event in Madrid happened. It was such a good feeling that I could meet these people personally. Then after the event in Madrid happened, which I think it was a really good event, I guess some of you guys were there, I hope you had fun. And I joined the events team. I really have an active role there since I had experience in that field. And since my interest kept growing, I involved the rest of the teams. And finally, in this summer camp in Skopje, like I have to thank you, Andrei, for this great event. It was awesome. And I have a really active role facilitating session, and I was also the team building responsible. So I want to tell you about my goals of this upcoming year. My main goal is to maintain the high quality of events. I think so far we're doing a great job, and we to keep that coming. I want to ensure an academic outcome by the figure of the Euro 3D mate and the social media responsible, and reflection sessions in our events to make sure that people really understand and get to know the country in a deep way. Also, I want to implement this customer relationship management idea. It's just a recent idea we've just had. Thank you, Hadi, for the idea. It was yours. And we want to finalize it. We've already tried to implement it in Europe 3D Poland, and I really want to make it come in an upcoming. And since we're talking about Europe 3D, I want to structure my rest of my goals in the 3 dimensions that the project has. So first of all, politics. I'm quite sure you all know this guy. I don't really want to be like him. And what my goals regarding the politics are is relationship with external associations, both European and non-European. Because as you know, some of the participants of Euro 3D events are non-steamers. So we're trying to get non-European people to our events to enrich it. And also build a relationship with the European Union, not as an economic sponsor, but also like an academic and so on. So we're going to have a working group on that. a slot too. So if you guys are down to kick some European asses, you please feel free to join. Regarding the economy, like my main goal is get our gadgets, or cool gadgets you can see all around the GA. I want them to get them sponsored. And I actually was doing some math. I estimated the cost of around 300 euros. And I also actually want to follow up in the Coach University, like Mala and Bush also told them about it. I want to do a follow up to that cooperation we're trying to have. And if we achieve this, like the gadget thing will be totally covered. So this will be a great thing. Regarding culture, I really think team building is important. I really think everything is all about the people. So I want to really focus on this. And how I want to focus on team building, I want to do one family chat per month, which we are actually doing. And I want to continue this path. And I want to assign team building responsibilities to one coordination meetings. Because really think that if people get to know each other and we're really friends, like work is going to be way smoother and just working well. We have fun. That's the way things should be done. And I actually want to improve communication between the Celtron team and the local organizers, and also within the Celtron team itself. And how do I want to do that? I want to create communication paths, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit more with this chart, like the communication between the central team and the local team. I think it's pretty clear. I want to get the people from a specific department of the central level to work with the people in that committee in the local level. So, why me? Why should I be elected as a NER project leader? I have an overall view of the project since I was involved in every single team. I have experience as a local project leader, which I think is really important to support the local organizers. I have experience leading large teams as a local responsible that I am now. I'm really motivated with this. I really want to take this responsibility with me. I'm willing to extend 1 year my studies. And I really want to say special thanks to, first to Mala for being an awesome project leader, for Europe City team itself, you guys were awesome. And I'm lacking some people because they were not present in the coordination meeting, but I also want to thank them. And also my awesome local group that are really supportive towards the project and towards me. I really thank you guys. And we all love Europe City. I wanted to do just quick thing, just last thing, if I have time. I want you to sing along, okay? I think you heard this song yesterday. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the applications. Do we have somebody else who would like to apply for Europe 3D project leadership? Okay, so if no other applicants, then I would like to welcome the 2 applicants to the stage, and we have some time for questions. Again, arms up, be quiet. Shh. Okay, let's this time start from the back. We have a lot of questions. We don't have that much time, but we try to take all, but please be short and precise with the questions. So let's start from the back, from Teemu, and then the one in front of them.
Lassi, Lappeenranta, Madrid. The biggest problem Europe 3D has faced in the past year is the communication between local and central teams. How do you plan to fix this?
Well, thanks for a question, first of all. I actually had one slide dealing with that topic. I want to create like the communication paths I was talking about. If you want me to elaborate, I can, but I think the chart was pretty self-explaining.
Thank you for the question first. Actually, I can give even like an example, specific example. For example, for some events, we are not checking the PR stuff, but sometimes they are not matching with the central team. So I really want to work with central PR, with local level, local PR. And so I also want to achieve that. We can it can be discussed during our next com because it can be events based on or the PRCR and events based on. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Teemu?
Teemu Lappeenranta-Kaasre. Europe 3 has a really large team. How many events do you think you should organize per year?
Now, currently we are organizing like 5 or 6 events per year. Thanks so much for the question first. And we are generally organizing 5 or 6 events. But as I said, we are planning to organize Europe 3D Premium. So it's going to be longer events. So it's going to take more, more human resources. So we have to take into consideration that if team wants it and if we have enough applicants, balance in the quality and quantity, I'm always here to help them and I'm always here to support them. So it can change. It can be 8 events. It's about quantity and quality balance. Thank you so much.
Well, first of all, thank you for the question, Teemu. From my side, well, as far as I'm concerned, we're planning 5 events, Europe 3D events for this year. As we're organizing also 2 coordination meetings. I think, well, this should be the minimum number of events, but if we're feeling confident and with enough human resources, I would try to create another event, 6 events per year. Thanks for the question.
Thanks for the answers. Please keep the answers short, because we have a lot of questions and not so much time. So the guy who was sitting in front of Teemu, what's the next one? Turn it on first.
Andrei, LG Skopje. I have a question for Busra. You mentioned something about the European Youth Parliament, so can you elaborate on how you want to approach them?
Thank you so much for the question, Andrei. I told you about I want to cooperate with European Youth Parliament. Actually, this is the thing I'm already working on. I attended one of their events, so I got contact with the people and I got the chance to explain them what Europe 3D is. And they were so enthusiastic because European Youth Parliament generally loves students, international relations students, and politics students. So Europe 3D, politics, economy and culture, it's their state, so they can join our events and so that we can have their support and we can be more supported by the grants as well, which is really important. Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you. Again, arms up who want to ask a question. I'm not sure if we can take all, so I will first give the voice to the ones who haven't been asking so many questions. So let's start with, yeah, you. Yep.
Doxy Alexanthi. Both of you, I don't think so. Bursa, I think, mentioned Europe 3D Premium. And I would like to ask about the timeline of the event because it's going to take longer. Where do you plan to put it in the year? In which season? And what about the budget of the event?
Thank you so much for the question, Doxy. I'm actually planning to do it during summer because most of the school has, vacation time, so we can do it during summer. And why I'm planning to do it on summer is, for example, in the United States they have all that for months as a holiday, so we can host more diversity. And what I want to do is, for example, Europe 3D Yugoslavia was discussed for a long time. We can do Europe 3D Yugoslavia for 14 days or something, and we can also organize, if the country is really big like Germany, we can organize Europe 3D Germany. We can organize joint events. So there's a great scale of events. So it's up to the team. It's up to the local groups. We have a really great scale of events. Also, here we have 2 representatives from Regina Tech University. I got the chance to talk with them as well. So we will probably see each other during events. So we can do something really much together. Thanks so much again.
Thank you.
What about budget?
Okay, but really quick answer, please.
Oh, okay. The point is, why we want to get contact with the universities is we want university to support their students. So the student costs will be covered by the university. For our events, for the longer events, we have Koç University sponsored I'm pretty sure that we are more likely to get that sponsor. So we won't have, also embassies are really likely to be a sponsor for this kind of events because it's great opportunity to promote themselves. Thanks so much again.
Okay, now we take the question from the front, and then I would like to ask questions if people have questions to Javi, because now we have had a bit unbalanced. So if you have questions to Javi, raise your hand and I will give you your turn after this question.
So my question is for him. So I'm Jonathan from LG Brussels. You say that you wanted non-European to join Europe 3D events. What's your plan about that? How do you want to make those things happen?
Yeah, well, actually, this is an idea that comes from the past, from the Yusuf Tazli, like former UFC president. We wanted to do some kind of cooperation in terms of academic content, and basically my idea is to get somehow certified by the European Union by saying that the events we do are good and are really valuable for the participants. More or less, that's the sense. That's my aim.
Thank you.
Did I answer your question?
Now Bart has a question to Javi, and then we take this question from the left to Javi, and then let's look afterwards if we still have time for questions.
Yes, Bart, Low Group Eindhoven. Question to you. You mentioned very briefly the working group, but I was really wondering, how do you think that Europe 3D can make the world a better place?
Cool. Thanks for the question. It's a really nice one. Well, from my opinion, since the world is getting more united and more global, I think Europe 3D is a perfect platform to kind of educate people and just spread our amazing spirit, the STEAM spirit, that Europe 3D spirit that we have as well. So I really think this is a perfect platform to make an impact in the people who attend our events.
Thank you. So the question there.
Hello, my name is Cyrus from LG Eindhoven. Javi, I have a question for you. You were talking about the reflection sessions. With Summer Academy, for example, you have reflection sessions because you're working on self-development. But for example, with academic days, like there was a certain part of the group that didn't really like the reflection session. So I was wondering how you want to implement it in the Europe 2D event.
Thanks for the question, Cyrus. So basically, yeah, I'm aware that some people might not be interested of the reflection session of the event. So that's why I want to give more importance to the figure of the Euro 3D mate, which Busa was one of them. So I want the people from the central team to be present there so we can encourage them to actually take an active role in the session so we can develop the concept and make it better.
Thank you. Now I would like to have all arms up who still have a question. Doesn't matter to whom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 questions. We can take this all, cut it from the buffer, but then please be really short also with the answers, because otherwise we will lose our time in the working groups. So please be short. Let's start from the back, from Krasimira.
Krasimira, local group Sofia. I want to ask you, what exactly is your experience with reflection session? And And what are you going to do at slot 4, working group slot 4?
Can you repeat the last sentence, sorry?
What is your experience with reflection session? Because you said that you have the idea to implement it, which is something I like. And I want to know what's your experience and how do you see reflection session, because it's a new and complex concept. That's why I'm curious. Sorry for taking long.
Yeah. Thanks for the question. It's a really good one. Yeah, actually, as a local organizer, we were trying to implement the reflection session. So I was talking when I was a local parade leader with the team and trying to find the path to implement it in our own event. Fortunately, we couldn't implement it in local Madrid, in the Europe 3 Madrid event, but we have all discussed within the team, so we really know what to do.
Thank you for the quick answer. So again, arms up. So let's start from the right side. Let's take these 3 in the row.
Natalia, local group Kyiv, and my question for both applicants. My question related to the politic dimensions of the project. Do you plan to control the content and the quality of that? And if yes, how?
Actually, it's really difficult to control it from one side because we want to, for example, have an interactive discussion with politicians or at least with their consultants. So since they're pretty busy, it can be really difficult sometimes, but I really want to have that because instead of taking a guided tour in a parliament, it can be more interactive because people want to see them and discuss with them. And for example, for Europe 3D Poland, we had guided tour there. It was also great, but for example, we had there amazing diversity. For example, like Indian participant, Asian participant, Mexican, European, and the discussions were amazing. So I would love to have more interactive discussions, like in Parliament part, because politics also really hot topic to discuss. And I want to have more interactive discussions with real politicians and at least with their consultants. Thank you so much.
Well, so I don't know if I understood the question. So you were talking about the lectures of the event, if they're maybe biased by the lectures or something? Oh, no.
Politics quality and quantity.
I was asking about the quality. Do you plan to control the quality and the content that country would like to present during this event?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got it, Okay. So actually, this is one thing we're already doing. We've been doing the previous year. We have trying to be kind of strict on the lecturers and the people who are participating in an event regarding the politics side. We don't want to take any biased side of politicians or lecturers. And also the quality, we want to make the sessions interactive so that people can really play an active role in the sessions.
Thank you. Please keep your voice down while others are speaking. Thank you.
Marco, local group Belgrade. I have the question for both of you. Why should the other person be elected?
Short answer.
Okay. Actually, we are working for 1 year, so it's really difficult to answer. But I can say that the most important thing for me is the family feeling and the Europe 3D spirit and how he has that. So I think this is really good for me.
Thanks for the question, Marco. That's a tough one. No, but it's really easy for me because Bush is a super motivated girl. She's always willing to give her input anywhere. And she has the motivation to take this responsibility.
Thanks for the quick answers.
TNLG Belgrade, I have a question for both of you. What will you change in approaching external participants, and yes or no for Europe 3D+?
Okay, thanks for the question. First of all, I will take the Euro 3D+ one first. So far, the concept is not really developed. We're going to have a working group on that, so I really hope that we can get a clear path to follow. And can you repeat the first question? Sorry, that's right. Okay, so first, my personal thought, I think we should keep the rate, try to achieve the ratio of 50-50 steamers and non-steamers. I think they're really valuable for the events, for the quality.
Javier, can you please repeat what was thrown into the room? What did you correct? What did you question the last time? Yes, we did not hear it. The secretary did not hear it.
Hang on. Now, give the microphone back and you repeat. Please keep the answer short.
What will you change in getting external participants, and will you implement the Europe 3D+?
And the second question is yes or no, so now no other words. And usually it's just one question, okay? Thank you.
Okay, well, the Euro 3D+, I already answered that. And I think we're doing fine so far with the externals.
Thank you so much for the question. Firstly, for the Europe 3D+ one, yes, and I have a working group on that for it's LOS 3, so I'm waiting for you to discuss it in detail. And also for the other question, I think it's really important, and 50-50 percentage will stay. And also for the get more participants, as I already told, I want to work with universities from all around the world, and we already started to create the spreadsheet for that. And I also want to work with institutions and the other student organizations to get more external participants.
Thank you. So how many questions do we have? I think one more. Yes, good. So we will take this one, and then No more, otherwise I will be trouble with the organizers.
Hello, I'm Maria from LG Belgrade. My question goes to Bushra. You mentioned at one point expanding outside of European borders, but can you elaborate more on that concept and what you plan to accomplish with it?
Can you just repeat the last part of the question?
Yes, can you elaborate more on concept expanding outside of European borders and what you plan to accomplish with it?
Actually, I first want to say why I want to have it. Europe 3D, we want to discover Europe from students from all over the world. So I want to have more diversity. So I'm sorry. Can you repeat again? I think I misunderstood. I'm so sorry for that.
Okay, so you're planning. You mentioned that you plan to expand Europe 3D outside of European borders. Can you elaborate more on that concept and what you plan to accomplish with it?
Okay. What I want to achieve is to have more interactive discussions and also to have more transfer between the participants, because when you have a student from India or an Asian or America, it's seriously so difficult to find in your normal life, and so I want to achieve that the experience that people cannot find in their normal life, and so that's why I'm working with the universities from all over the world, and actually we're already hosting people from all over the world, so actually it's a kind of not maybe extending, but focusing on that more. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the really big amount of questions. I hope you are ready to ask questions in the discussion sessions that we have. And thanks for the great applicants. Thank you. And now it's time to close point number 34. No. Oh, even though I'm not hitting the hammer now, we will have another Finnish dance lesson, and this time with Elias.
Mute the live stream.
So this time we will learn how to dance Finnish disco. Please.
On lempitanssia ovat disco, jytä ja beat-tanssit, mitkä tuottavat erikoisesti vaikeuksia aikuisille, johtuen tästä liikkeestä. Tässä täytyy päästä oikeaan disco-fiilinkiin, että tämä onnistuu. Polvet siis menevät eteenpäin, lantia menee taakse ja suoraksi, kädet lyövät alaspäin ja hieman eteen, hartiat liikkuu ja pää liikkuu. Tämä on siis tärkein perusliike diskotanssissa. Seuraava on vasen jalka sivulle, 1, oikea yhteen 2, oikea jalka sivulle 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nostamme reilusti polvia ja nostamme jalkoja. Siis 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Lisäämme tähän kanta-askeleen. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Nyt juoksemme taaksepäin. 1, 2, 1, 2. Käännämme varpaat hieman ulos.
In Miscellaneous we have now presentation by Elias about, what is it about?
It's about the
my name is Elias, I'm from Local Group Alumni, and I have an idea that I wanted to share with you. and I present it to you. And before I start talking about you, you will have some questions at the end. I'll have some questions at the beginning, maybe just some short introduction about the dance. This was like the Finnish culture introduction we received at the council meeting Vasa in 2002. So, some questions of mine to you. Who likes football? Right. Okay, who of you knows like a very famous rivalry between clubs? Yeah, say something, just shout. Oh, wow, yeah, okay, I hope I got what I want. Okay, now picture this event, the following idea. You have a competition, and with a couple of teams, and one team is made up from players from Real, so they merge to become one team. Wow, huh? And they would play against another team that is merged from players from Besiktas, Fenerbahce, and Galatasaray. Right. Now, why on earth would they do this? Because they want to show that there's something bigger than themselves. For example, you could think that Real and Barca, they do this because they want to raise awareness for youth unemployment in Spain. You know, they could use this as a tool. Or the Istanbul teams, they could do it to raise awareness about YouTube blocking in Turkey. And then you have another team that wants to represent, okay, we want to fight for unified Cyprus. Or another team who wants to raise awareness for the fight against Ebola. And you have this competition and you have those teams playing. And I'm asking you, who of you would watch such a sports event? Any idea why you would watch that? Keep this thought. Oh, I need a third hand, I feel. So basically, that's why I'm here. These pictures, those games, that's the goal, to have a competition with teams who stand up for their own cause. And it's an idea, and I want to create it. I want to have a pilot event, maybe not with Ronaldo or the professionals, but maybe with students in the beginning. So a small pilot, roughly 40 participants in summer this year. And I'm asking you for support. I offer you this event, so you can take it up. And yeah, and that's what I talk about, so the making it happen. So why do I come up with such an idea? Basically, I'm very unhappy about the current developments on this planet. When I read the news, it makes me sad. I have friends in Budapest. There was a demonstration yesterday, I think the latest one. I have friends in Ukraine, in Russia, mainly through a team, of course. I have a friend who lives in Gaza, friends on Cyprus. And luckily, I have a team spirit. So instead of complaining or going sad and cry in the corner, I think we have this can-do atmosphere in this organization. And I believe, okay, let's do something and give the world a positive spin. And yeah, that's why I came up with this idea. And then, as I'm a steamer, my mind got programmed in 6.5 years of IEM studies with efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. So when I want to do something, I look for, okay, how can this happen in the most efficient way? And then I came up with the idea of, well, how can we reach out to so many people and show them, okay, there's an alternate behavior possible. People can fight for a cause that is bigger than themselves. I think Marlon also had a nice presentation today. And well, sports is just the fucking great communication tool. If you know like how many people watch FIFA or the Olympics, it's like really like you can reach 1 billion people with that. And I don't want to reach them with thoughts about corruption or egoism or anything or doping. No, I mean there's just one short excursion. Who of you remembers who won the World Championship in high jump at the track and field games in Moscow last year? Now, who knows the country? Okay. Who of you knows from which country the girl came who painted her fingernails in rainbow colors? Right. We love those pictures. Those pictures get spread and those pictures get stuck. And I want to create an event and a pilot next year, which is absolutely about creating such pictures where people show their struggle, their sweat.
Time.
Oh,
you can go to your question time and explain it.
So one team, one cause, couple of teams, and I want your support. to find, okay, someone who is willing, who would be willing to consider, okay, hosting such an event. 40 people. Yeah, that's good. Can I take a picture? So come to the working group slot 1. Same if you want to set up the project plan. And any feedback you have, just ask me, talk to me. I'm around today, but tomorrow and Sunday again. And now it's time for questions, right?
Thanks. Yes, we have time for questions. To ask questions, you're free to raise your hand. But you can also obviously ask questions afterwards from Elias, and that might give us some more coffee break time before the working groups. But yeah, since there are questions, let's take one from here, from the front, and then one from Mr. Hare.
So, I'm Jonathan from LG Brussels, and yeah, because of the lack of time, you had to skip like a big part of your presentation. But since we seem to have maybe 1 or 2 minutes more, maybe you could just shortly explain what it was about and how you are going to do that. Or what is your idea about?
Yeah, very good question, thank you. So the plan is to start small, like with this first step with a small event, roughly 40 participants next summer, and the participants can come up to the organizer and say, hey, I have this course, I have this team, and I want to run my course. Can I join this event? And then there will be a couple of different sports, most likely football and others, but that's to be decided by the one who wants to host it, because of course I want, it's not, okay, it's an idea, but everybody should take part of that. And so like a small event to start with, and then from there it might grow. Is this sufficient answer, concrete enough, or? Okay, perfect, thank you. Shall I laser point at you and then? Just give it to Krasi.
Yeah, so I said Gregor can ask the question, okay. So, okay.
Thank you for the great idea and for presenting it to us. As teamers, we have big pool of people, so we also have very massive events, and we have the capacity to bring awareness among all those people. So I think your idea can go worldwide, and why not by starting in a team as an initiative, for example. For now it's just an idea, maybe somebody will pick it up and turn it into an initiative. But my point here is, I'm not asking a question, but my point is that I wanna see that you have the attention on this and don't rush it with like, don't ask questions or, yeah, let's keep it and cut the presentation, but just go to slot 1 to Elias and see what else he has to say. Thanks.
Thanks, Kazi.
Thanks for the comment.
Yeah, maybe one on this. I was at the FISO meeting, thanks again, and also talked to the other student organization to spread the idea to get a lot of participants. But Gregor wanted, I think.
Okay, Gregor, you can ask a really quick question.
Where do I have to go? Please wait for the microphone.
What?
Where do I have to go? Where is the
just stick with me.
Microphone.
Okay, thanks. The next 20 minutes we have reserved for a really important presentation, so if you have more questions, I would like you to go to Elias. He's a good guy, and it's nice to talk with him. So, yeah, do that. Thanks, Elias. So finally, we have a presentation from our partner, Rolf, and I would like to ask Claudia to the stage.
Next slide here. They used here? Yes. Don't press the other button. Don't press this button. This will turn the screen black.
Okay. So could you? I'm gonna say some words. Could you put the video after my words and then the presentation?
Okay.
Okay.
So words, video.
Just a few words to thank and then. Okay. Thank you. Hi everybody, my name is Claudia. I come from Portugal today, and I'm very glad to be here to present the company where I work for, which is ROF. You have seen
our logo in the past few sessions, I believe.
Excuse me, Claudia, could you try to have the microphone a little bit closer to your mouth?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thanks.
Everybody's hearing okay now? Everything? Okay, cool. So I was saying I come from Portugal, where I work at ROF, which is a SAP consultancy company. We are the biggest SAP consultancy company in Portugal. But before I'll give you a few quick facts about my company, I would like to show you a video, which is a tribute we've done to our CEO. Okay?
Mute the live stream, please.
Yes. Francisco, so let me introduce you to Francisco. Francisco is our
I thought this could be a good way to show you how we work at ROF. This is how our CEO takes his jacket off and everything goes wild. So we think we are different, and as you can see, we are a different SAP consultancy company. We don't, everybody can speak, everybody can be what it is, nobody needs to be formal, everybody can be just itself. Now I will show you a little presentation about some quick facts. Hope you've enjoyed our video and want to work with us someday. Well, as I was saying, just the perspective of our company, ROF was founded in 1996. We are now celebrating this year 18 years of existence. We are the largest SAP consultancy company in Portugal, and also as the largest SAP, we are gold partner, which means we have the highest level of partnership in Portugal for SAP consultancy. We started off with 4 of the best consultants in Portugal. Today we are 800. This is the countries where we have our offices in 4 continents. And most importantly, and what I've came here to talk about today is this, our company culture. You could see it in the video before, but our main concern is our people. We really value teamwork, so it's very important that our people stay motivated, and as you could see, we think they are motivated, so because they want to surprise our CEO and they are glad to work in the company. Also, as you've seen, celebration and productivity also a very important part of our way to be in the consultancy business. We think joy and fun should be in our business every day. Everybody should be happy working every day. Also something which is very important for us, and beside of all the fun you've seen in the video, Francisco, which is our CEO, he keeps saying that only this recognition could be achieved if we have earn the respect of our clients, because there's a simple reason for this. Only optimistic and driven consultants can accomplish their everyday routines, and then we can have happy customers. Also, another thing that is very important for us is the continuous improvement and an atmosphere of innovation. I'm sorry. Our trajectory was built. We usually say this because it's true. Since 1996, we've been all over the world. We have projects now in around 50 countries. So we have consultants working in 50 countries of the world. And we have our branches in 4 continents. This is just to show you the growth of our company. We started off in 96, as I've said earlier, with 4, and now we are 800, and that's our turnover for 2013. Today, we are the largest SAP partner in Portugal. We are in 48 countries, as I've said. And our turnover, 50% of our turnover comes from international projects. So half of what is ROF's turnover comes from other countries than Portugal. About expertise and experience, well, as I said, we are extremely focused on SAP consulting. So 95% of our turnover is SAP related. And 93% of our employees work with SAP solutions. They are specialized in SAP solutions. Among several distinctions we've earned along the last few years, we are very proud to say that last year, 2014 already, we were recognized as the 7th best company to work for in Europe, which is was very, very, very important for us to achieve this award. Just a quick perspective of our service lines. As I said, sub-consulting, but we have other consulting activities besides sub. Our clients, as I've said, we are working in 50 countries. We have 350 clients in, and some of them are here, some of them are Portuguese, some are international companies that you might recognize. And about the partnership with the STEAM that we've accomplished in 2014 as well. What do we expect of XTM index teamers from this partnership? Well, we are looking for high potential and committed candidates to join our company. We are planning, for now, we receive all the candidates in our company with an academy, which we call HOF Academy, and all the candidates that join our company receive this training in SAP solutions. But for now, we are only doing this HOF academies in Portuguese. In 2014, we plan to start our academies in English, so we can receive everybody from around the world that wants to join us and receive training with us before starting their careers with us. So it's really important for us to be a part of this partnership with STM, so that all of this could happen and we could have more talented young people working with us. For now, we are recruiting. In 2014, we have already recruited 230 people. In the future, we will keep recruiting, and our needs will be, which is very important, fluency in English and French. Now, French is because we are entering in Africa, in French-speaking Africa. This is a very important need for us. So everybody who speaks French is welcome to join us tomorrow. And of course, all newly qualified graduates interested in an international career and available to travel in consultancy. We travel a lot. We go to from customer to customer, and it's very important to have this availability. And of course, we are creative, and so we want creative and problem-solving skills in our consultants. We provide, as I told you before, we provide SAP training to all of the newly graduates that come to our company to work. We provide them SAP training, so you don't have to already master SAP to work with us. We can provide that tailor-made training. And you get the chance to work in one of Europe's best companies to work for. How do we plan to do this? Well, as I've said before, we will be able to receive each one of you that wants to work with us in our academies. For now, they are in Lisbon, and in 2015 in English also. So this is, I said I was going to be quick. I think my time is running out, so also thank you for your attention, and bye. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Claudia, and we have time for some questions. So if people would like to ask something, just please raise your hand, and I guess Claudia you can decide yourself who you want to ask the questions from.
So I think you were the first one to raise your hand. So.
Thank you. Yannick from LG Brussels. I'm wondering, at which point would you consider the cooperation with Esteem a success? At which point would you consider the cooperation with Esteem a success for ROF?
Well, for now, it's already a success because we've been presenting our company to all of you, and it's also important for us to raise this business because we are really needed to qualified young people to work with us. We are a young company. Our average age is around 33, so we are a very young company. And this is also important for us to raise awareness to our business and to our company. We are already an European and multinational company, so this is important for us. Of course, that if we can have your talent and to work with us, that will be perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
Jean-Yves, local group Champs-Élysées. I just wanted to know, in the last slide you told that you have some technical trainings. Do you also have functional trainings to make integration of SAP?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Tom, Eindhoven. Are you also looking for people who do not speak French, so just English?
Yes, of course. Well, I referred to French because it's one of our main concerns right now. We are planning to open a new office in Ivory Coast in the next year. So, and we are having lots of projects in French-speaking Africa. So important for us. And what happens in Portugal is that we have a lot of people qualified, but not enough speaks French. As a matter of fact, nobody speaks French in Portugal. So that's a problem for us right now.
My name is Roxana, local Roxana.
Hello?
Local group Turk
Oh, sorry. You can go first, it's no problem. Sorry.
Girls go first.
Thank you. My question is, do you have to be graduate from your college before you do your trainings?
Yes. Okay. Yes. In fact, you have to.
Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Jones. I'm from LG Karlstad. I have a question for you. I'm from Sweden, you know. So, and I am so. But
good.
I also I saw that you have like an office in Morocco as well.
Yes.
And I have roots there as well. So, would it be like beneficial if you got like you know the language there and you also know Swedish and so?
Yes. Of course, you speak French, right?
No.
No? Oh,
it's
God.
like, it's no French, but...
I was getting really excited.
No, but
He speaks French.
I know the foreign language there in Morocco. It's like Arabic as well, so...
Yes, yes. We have an office there, and that's always a possibility for you, yes. I don't know if this answers your question.
Well, I just wanted to see like... I can talk to you later.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Someone in the back.
Jean-Yves, le groupe Grenoble. You told in the presentation that we can meet you tomorrow. Is there any meeting or something? Or
I said that. Did I say that?
Maybe just me. Sorry.
But if you have any question, you can do it now.
Just a comment, we will have the coffee break next, so if you don't have a hurry, maybe people can come talk to you in the coffee break.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a great event.
Big thanks to Claudia for the presentation. And now, indeed, we have time for coffee break, and in case Claudia is staying, it would be nice if people go talk to her and ask questions about ROF. So now we have some, please stay seated. I still haven't hit the hammer. So stay seated and be quiet, please. Yeah, so we have some announcement first from the organizers, from Kata, and then from Sebastian.
So guys, now that we will have the working groups. I would like to ask the working group leaders to go to our office. It's across the hall where the registration was going on, and to pick up all the stuff. You will have a Hungarian guide who will show you the way to your rooms. And the others, please, like you can have also, of course, the coffee break, but be ready at 45 and find your working groups. They will be here and showing you the papers, where should you go. Then for today, after the working groups, we're gonna go back to the hostel. We're gonna have dinner there, and together, using the public transport, we're gonna go to the pool party. So prepare your Budapest cards, tickets, everything, because we're gonna use the public transport back and forth as well. And also, like, don't forget, please don't forget your food tickets. That's why you got it, the papers. Like every time, lunch and dinner. And one more important stuff is that after this coffee break, before the working groups, please take all your stuff out of the room, because tomorrow we're gonna be in another GA room. So nothing should be left here, because tomorrow other people gonna use this room. We will be not allowed to come to this room. Please don't leave here anything. And about tomorrow, no, still the pool party. Please bring your towels, bring your like plastic bags that you got, the little small bags that you got in the welcome package, because in that you can place your money and everything that you don't want to lose there. Like, these are really small, so most of all money. And tomorrow there will be a city tour, the sightseeing. And please have comfortable shoes on, comfortable clothes on, because the city tour will start here in the university. So we are not gonna go back to the hostel after the GAs, the working groups. We're gonna start from here, and it's gonna end at the hostel, at Captain, at Wombats, at Captain, at Casa de la Musica, and at Goodmo. So you're gonna go home tomorrow after the sightseeing. And one more important thing, that if you have your hair dryers here with you, please bring it to the pool party, because there are not enough hair dryers for everybody, especially for girls with really long hair. And we don't want to spend too much time with getting ready, because in the morning you will have GAs, and we do not want you to stay really long there. I think that was all. Try to memorize, please, everything. And yeah. Can we have questions?
Stay seated.
Yeah, please.
And be quiet. So if we have really, really important questions that consider or are for everybody, you can ask them, but only if they're for everybody. Otherwise you go personally to Kata.
Yeah, so we don't have to bring our drinks tomorrow for international night. We're gonna go back home.
After the city tour, we're gonna go back to the hostels. The city tour is gonna end at each of the hostels.
Okay.
Like, we're gonna be in groups.
Just to clarify, okay.
Yes, yes. And if you have any questions, like in connection, you could not memorize it, please approach us. But the most important is the tickets for the food, because somebody always loses it or does not bring. Please, guys, help us and have the tickets whenever you have lunch or dinner. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One more question. Will there... Wow, come on. Can we leave our stuff here during the working group? No, the room will be cleaned by the organizer team. So we pick them up before the working group and not after. Okay, thanks. You should take everything out, because while you will be, and I will be also at the working groups, the other organizers will clean this room.
So, shh.
Stay a little bit. I see one more question.
I still haven't told you that you can leave.
Yeah, your papers, everything. Please, take it with you. Everything. Thank you very much, and sorry for the long and a lot of information, but these are important. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Kata. I still haven't told you that you can get up, because we still have a short message from Sebastian.
Hello everyone, I just want to tell you that if you forgot for training you signed up for, the people who will guide you, they have the sheet with the name, and they also have a sheet with the people who signed up, so you can just walk around and find your own name. Another thing is that when you arrive at the worker group or training, write down your name on the sign-in sheet, which all the worker group leaders and the trainers will bring there, and write it down in the spelling of your esteem email address. Okay. Another thing that is important is just to have fun and enjoy yourselves. And that's it. Let's go.
Thank you, Sebastian. I still haven't told you that you can leave. So, finally, just take all your stuff. Help the organizers clean. So take every paper that you have on your seats, next to your seats. Take coffee and go to the working groups. Thank you. I now close agenda point number 34, applications.